Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one that I have been waiting. I'm not joking, you guys. I've been waiting for so long. I've even like pushed my schedule I think the past 1 or 2 months just so that I can film this video, but I was not able to do it in time, depending on like when I wanted to actually do it versus when you're gonna actually see this video. There has definitely been a delay, but I am so happy to be finally sitting down and doing this video. And I am going to be today comparing all of my favorite sunscreens. I have counted how many times every tube lasts, which means like how many uses I can get out of every sunscreen, and then we will be comparing it based on the MRP to know how much like one application or one use of a sunscreen would typically cost, like a per day math basically. And then I will also compare based on the offers that you can find on these products, how much is it gonna roughly cost you for one use of this sunscreen specifically. And we have my 5 favorite sunscreens that I'm going to be comparing today, mainly because a lot of this is just for me personally to know and to understand how much each sunscreen costs, and then I can accordingly decide which ones I want to repurchase, which ones I don't want to repurchase, because maybe they are pretty expensive. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. We're gonna compare the numbers. We're gonna see how much each sunscreen costs, and without any further ado, let's dive right into this. So at number 5, this is the most expensive sunscreen per use in amongst all of my favorites, and I kind of knew that it is the most expensive one because this one you will actually have to buy full price, because for some reason I don't find it on their website. It's only available on Nykaa. I'm speaking about the Derma Sunscreen SPF 55. Don't compare it with the SPF 50 or the SPF 30, which we all know and love, and it's been around for a while. But their SPF 55 is, I'm assuming, a newer one. It's got a different packaging. It's actually completely white in color. The tube is white in color, and this one I've only found on Nykaa. For some reason it's not retailed or sold anywhere else, and it doesn't even go on offer that often on Nykaa. So even though I absolutely love this sunscreen, I've gone through my entire tube and I want to actually repurchase it. It's been like getting switched between my cart and my wish list for a few months now, because I do want to repurchase it, but it is the most expensive on here. This costs 550 rupees for one tube, and you will get approximately 18 uses out of this. I want to say a little bit more, like more so around 20, but when I actually used up the entire thing and I was counting how many uses I'm getting out of it, I got about 18 uses out of it, and I haven't cut open the tube yet, so I probably will get another few uses out of it. But I'm not counting like after you cut open the tube how much use you get out of it, because I know unfortunately still a lot of people don't cut open their tubes and use every last bit. So I'm going by like the same metrics that another average person would do. So 18 uses is where we have reached, which means it would cost you about 30 rupees and 50 paisa per use. 30 rupees for one use, like 1 day of sunscreen application would cost you 30 rupees. That's like एक प्लेट पानी पूरी का भाव in Mumbai is 30 rupees. So that's a lot. That is a lot, and surprisingly even some of the other sunscreens are more than that, like based on MRP, or even lesser than that. So I mean a little bit less than that. There's not much of a difference. So anyway, that's our most expensive sunscreen on here. Let's move on to the other ones, and the next sunscreen, which is at our number 4 position, is from Foxtale. It is their Foxtale Mattifying Sunscreen, which comes in the airless pump packaging. It's like a light yellow color tube. Again, I'm going to leave pictures on the screen of what these sunscreens look like in case you haven't seen it. This one is 595 rupees actually, and you get only 18 uses. No, sorry, only 17 uses. Now the reason when I was using it I got the 17 uses out of it is, I think because this is a very liquidy sunscreen, so when you start pumping it and applying it, a lot of times I feel like you do tend to use a little bit more product, which I don't mind at all, because like you can never have too much sunscreen basically. So 17 uses is not too bad, but definitely when you compare like the price per use, it's 35 rupees for one use of sunscreen, which is probably the most expensive MRP. But thankfully, because Foxdale goes on their buy to get to offer pretty often, I mean, you can always buy the sunscreen buy to get to if you really want to. You never have to pay full price for it. You never have to pay 35 rupees for one use of sunscreen. So that brings it down to about 17 rupees and 50 paisa per use after the buy to get to offer that you would possibly buy it at. So that is still expensive as compared to a lot of other ones, but it's very different as compared to the fixed Derma one. The fixed Derma one is 30 rupees for one use, and this is 17 and a half. So there is a wide difference, almost half. I hope that I can someday get the fixed Derma at a buy one get one, because you best believe I'm going to stock up that sunscreen if that does happen, because justifying like 30 rupees per day is quite difficult for me. Anyways, let's move on to our third position, and this one is from Chemist. It is their Berry Bright sunscreen, which is 499 rupees, but you get only 15 uses out of this, which again I'm pretty surprised. I think it's because this is like a more creamier consistency, and the way the packaging is and the way you dispense product out, you might tend to like get more product out in every use, again because it's quite thick. So when you're drawing like 2-finger lens, you might draw like very thick lines. So I think that's why I just got 15 uses out of it. But again, once you cut open the tube, I think you'll get some more uses out. I haven't cut my tube open yet, so I don't know. But the price and the per use price of this one would be 33 rupees and 26 paisa, which is again a lot. Not as much as Foxtale, but close enough. That being said, if you are getting this at the buy one get one or the buy two get two offer, which thankfully Chemist also does these offers quite often, not as often probably as Foxtale, but still often enough, so you can stock up for sure. And this sunscreen would cost you about 16 rupees and 63 paisa if you waited for their buy one get one or their buy two get two and stocked up on this sunscreen. So that's pretty good. It's comparable to the Foxtale, I would say, a little lesser, which is why it's again ranked higher. Moving on next, this is my favorite sunscreen ever, and this is probably the one I would be repurchasing the most. So I'm really looking at the numbers and thinking, okay, this is how much it's going to cost me to use this for the rest of my life. I am speaking about the Deconstruct Sunscreen SPF 55. This is their OG lightweight gel sunscreen. They have newer formulations now, so I don't want you to get them confused. This is the gel sunscreen version, which is again SPF 55. Actually, all of their sunscreens are SPF 55 for some reason, I don't know. But this one comes, it's priced at rupees 349, which is the cheapest, I want to say, among all of the sunscreens, which also means that if you don't get it at an offer, you would still not end up paying too much money, because it's 17 rupees and 45 paisa per use, which if you compare to all the other sunscreens in this video is of course much higher. So I'm glad about that. But this one doesn't go on that much of an offer. Generally speaking, you can pay about 314 rupees for this. I think that's 10% off if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 5 to 10% off is generally what you will find on the sunscreen. I have not seen this go on offer on like buy one get one ever. I don't think Deconstruct does that, because their price point is anyway so affordable that it would definitely be very loss making for them if they did buy one get one. So I think that's why they don't do it, which is totally fine, because this is still pretty affordable as compared to the others, like I said. And when you look at the per use price on offer, it's about 15 rupees and 70 paisa. So again, that's a little bit less than Chemist, but still not as less as our top favorite sunscreen. Like the one that is the cheapest is the next one, which we're going to talk about, and that is kind of the winner of this video if you want to consider that. This is the Dermaco Hyalacalamine Hydrating Sunscreen, which is 449 rupees usually, and you get about 19 uses again out of this. Considering if you don't cut open the tube, you will get like XYZ amount of uses. I also want to let you know that Deconstruct Sunscreens also come with a lot of product. Once you cut open the tube, you will get another 3 to 4 days of use out of it. So the number should be more close to like 25, I want to say, as compared to 20. But we are not considering cutting open the tube, like I said. Anyways, coming to our top favorite, not top favorite, but like the best price, that is the one, like I mentioned, from Dermaco, which is 449 rupees for 19 uses, which means that it's about 23 rupees and 63 paisa per use. And again, Dermaco also goes on buy one get one, buy two get two, etc., which doesn't happen again as often. I want to say it's a little bit more often than Conscious Chemist. No, sorry, it's not as often as Conscious Chemist. It happens maybe 2 or 3 times in a year. So that's your chance to stock up on this product if you love it. I do like it. It's not my absolute favorite, but I still do like it regardless. So this one is about 11 rupees and 81 paisa per use when you look at the price after the buy one get one that you would possibly be getting on this. So that is the cheapest sunscreen out of all the ones for today's video, and I am really happy to be finally sitting down and filming it. Also, the numbers are pretty crazy. Like, even now looking at it back again, I am so surprised and shocked. When you sit down and do these maths for your favorite products or even whatever products you're using, it will really give you a good idea as to how much you're paying for your skincare. Because if you look at like per use prices, and then considering you're reapplying sunscreen every single day, which you should be doing, how much is it going to cost you in a year to constantly repurchase these products and use your favorite products, and if you can afford that or not. Because when we are beauty enthusiasts and we're constantly buying products, we probably don't realize how much certain things cost. These are all drugstore affordable products and they still cost so much money. I can't even imagine how much high-end skincare would be costing you. And yeah, that's what makes me truly believe that high-end skincare is not worth the money. At least not for me personally. I mean, I'm sure for some people it is. Not for me. Yeah. Any which ways, I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and would let me know if you want me to continue making these videos for other categories, for other series, or maybe we can do a spin-off on this, something of that sort. Let me know if you enjoy, and if you enjoy these videos and want to continue to see them. I probably have a few more in the pipeline. I will consider doing it for makeup, but definitely for makeup it takes way longer to actually count the number of uses, because it takes a long time to go through makeup. So yeah, anyways, that is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye.